Suburban Swingers Club is a Lifetime movie that captures the #1 most common problem all people face when moving to a new neighborhood: getting roped into joining a dirty sex club with all your neighbors. Right? A young couple named Grant and Lori move into a new house, where at any time they can see shirtless neighbors building canoes on their driveway and getting it on in wide open doorways. The two have recently hit a rough patch in their married life after a devastating miscarriage led to a downfall in their sex life. But all of that is about to change when Grant tells Lori that they were invited to a swingers party at their neighbor's house and says he wants to do it in order to save their marriage, which most people try resolving with therapy. But I guess f***ing your neighbors is a good option too. He assures her that it's totally fine because they'll be thinking of each other the entire time that they're plowing someone else.
You'll be having sex with another woman thinking about me?
Yes.
His wife says no, which any respectable wife would say, causing her husband to pout and go sleep on the couch. Lori gets advice from her sister about the whole swinger party thing.
I feel like Grant is so set on this that if I don't do it, I risk losing him.
Surely her sister will tell her that if Grant really loves her, he would respect her decision not to be unfaithful.
He's actually empowering you. He's putting you in charge, letting you set the ground rules. I think it's kind of sweet. You should just try it, see how it goes.
Or that they go to the sex party and choose partners by randomly selecting car keys out of a punch bowl. Lori and Grant give each other one last look before getting filthy with complete strangers. After they return home, Lori and Grant are still so aroused from cheating on each other that they bang, still covered in the stank of the other people they just defiled. Days later, their neighbor Noah, who is the guy Lori screwed at the sex party, enters their house uninvited while Grant is at work and tries to tap that ass again. She tells him to stop, but he doesn't. She is saved by the doorbell. It's Noah's wife looking for her husband. Lori lies and says she hasn't seen him. Noah follows Lori to a furniture store and surprises her with an apology gift. Nothing says I'm sorry for trying to rape you like homemade sex cuffs. Just like before, she asks him to leave her alone. So he texts her a video of them shaking the sheets from the other night, which I guess he secretly recorded, and tells her that if she doesn't meet him at a motel in an hour, he will forward the video to all of her interior design clients. Lori obeys his command and meets him at the motel. She pretends to engage in sex and cuffs him to the bed so that she can delete the video off his phone. Lori confesses everything that Noah did to her to her husband, who doesn't take it lightly.
If you go near my wife again, I will kill you.
Lori is left home alone while Grant is away on business. She pours herself a glass of wine, which is drugged while she's out of the room, causing her to pass out. She awakes the next morning and finds Grant back from his trip. Her mind is foggy, but she remembers Noah being in the house last night. But also, she remembers Grant being in the house too. He tells her that it must have been a dream. She notices a bandage on his hand, which he says he cut on the bushes outside. She then sees that the kitchen rug is gone. Grant explains that she spilled wine on it, so he threw it out, making her very suspicious. Noah's wife shows up, frantic, because Noah never came home last night. After she leaves, Lori finds a charm on the floor, unsure of who it belongs to. While having a nice lunch with her sister, Lori mentions that she thinks Grant is a murderer. She gets a call from a gossipy neighbor and finds out that Grant, who is a lawyer by the way, has been helping Giselle, the woman he boned at the swinger party, with a plastic surgery lawsuit, which is something he never told Lori. Police find Noah's dead body dumped in a ravine and determine that he was stabbed to death. Detectives question Grant and Lori, but Grant tells them to contact his attorney. Police raid their home with a search warrant, and Lori goes to stay with her sister because she thinks Grant is a killer and cheating on her with Giselle. Grant is arrested for Noah's murder and tells his wife that on the night Noah disappeared, he drove home early from his business trip and found Noah dead on the kitchen floor and Lori passed out on the couch with a bloody knife next to her. So, thinking she was the one who killed him, he tried to cover up the murder in order to protect her. He then adds that on his way to his business trip, he did in fact stop by Giselle's vacation home in the desert to bang her, and that he's sorry. Lori goes to see Noah's wife and discuss her husband's murder. While the wife takes a phone call, Lori snoops through some drawers. Noah's wife sees this and drugs her coffee. Lori spots a photo of Noah with his wife, and she's wearing the same charm that Lori found in her house. Noah's wife offers Lori the spiked coffee, but a car horn beeps outside just before she drinks it, and Lori excuses herself. Now thinking that Noah's wife had something to do with her own husband's murder, Lori gets her sister to make an anonymous phone call to her, saying that she saw her leaving Lori's house on the night of the murder and to meet her at a coffee shop or else she's going to the police. Lori waits for her to drive away and sneaks into her house to find the bracelet. Lori's sister keeps watch from across the street. Noah's wife sneaks up behind her and knocks her out with a 9-iron. Lori locates the bracelet and snaps a photo for proof. She goes to leave but is injected with a syringe. Noah's wife drives Lori to Giselle's house in the desert, who Noah also had an affair with. Her plan is to murder Lori there and blame it on Giselle. But while Noah's wife is busy destroying the place, Lori breaks loose from her restraint and answers her phone. On the other side is her sister with police. She tells them her location and tries not to be stabbed by Noah's wife before they get there, which shouldn't be too difficult considering her knife is a toy straight off the Party City website. I mean, look at this thing. It's dull as shit. While Lori waits for help to arrive, she learns the truth of what happened on the night that Noah was murdered. It was, in fact, Noah that drugged her, planning to have his way with her unconscious body, which again is flat out rape. Once he did, his wife snuck in behind him and killed him because he was planning on divorcing her and leaving her with nothing. The police conveniently listen in on her entire confession because Lori still has her phone on and Noah's wife doesn't know when to shut up. Get ready for an intense fight scene between Lori and her attacker. Noah's wife is arrested. Grant and Lori get divorced, and I'm left wondering what the point of this stupid movie even was because nothing worked out for any of the characters. I guess it was to teach us the lesson that don't have sex with your neighbors? I don't know.